Yeah, I guess. Let's go with this. How are you? My name is Matthew. This is Facebook Live with Matthew. Another it's another night on the internet, and you have choices. You have choices. But if you choose to stay here, I appreciate it. If you're watching this at your leisure, I appreciate that as well. Let's bring in my guest. Let's bring in my guest. Sorry, I'm just on. Okay. Sorry. There he is. Wow, look at you right in here.
Look at that.
Uh, right off the get-go, uh, from the time we did our tech check to coming live right now, I was talking to Sledgehammer Spike, and and I quote, "You look good, young feller."
Oh,
So,
oh.
and I'm going to be speaking. He's actually going to be here in my house on
Oh, really?
Saturday. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's not too
Yeah.
far from here. So we've reconnected since like the mid 90s, but we're going to do a whole thing on Saturday. So, but right now, we're going to talk about you.
Oh, is he gonna carry a car or something up your stairs?
No, no, but he is. The day will consist of pool balls.
Or... Good.
Good, good.
Excellent.
Uh, how are you, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How about, I guess we haven't really talked a ton since you like switched sides of the country.
No, no, we haven't. So,
No. So I mean, yeah, I'm good. More
yeah.
importantly, how are you? How's the East Coast for you?
Oh, you know what? I love it. I've I don't know what, like, we're from the Maritimes. I mean, we're from New Brunswick. I've
Yeah.
never called Nova Scotia home until August. But Richard,
Hmm.
there's just something about I almost feel like a weight was lifted once we left the West Coast, just because it was just as someone said today, it was a rat race. Like,
Mm.
just too busy, too many people, too expensive.
Yep.
Uh, so having the opportunity to a live in a country where you can just pack up and decide to go live somewhere else, that's always a bonus.
It
Uh,
is.
but I don't know, Halifax just has so much history. It's like completely leveled, right? So you've been to Halifax, it's history's
I
everywhere.
do know. I do. Great city. I love it.
Hmm, hmm. But we're adjusting. We certainly we landed on our feet, and we've just been hit the ground running, as they say. So no complaints here. Uh,
Good.
but what I want to talk about, Richard, I kind of want to break down the four things, the aspects that are happening with your life. You know, producer, former radio guy. We'll talk about that. Drummer, and what was the other thing that you had four things on the go? Voiceover artist, former radio guy,
Sheesh.
producer, and drummer. So we're going to touch on all those things.
There you
Yes, yes. But
go. Okay.
first, I want to, like, how's the wife and how are your kids doing? And you have two new additions to the family, Moose and what's the other dog's name? Moose and Bigger Moose,
Stella.
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 Stella. But everyone's well.
Yeah, everybody's good. Yeah, it's. I guess it boggles my mind when I think Kathleen is, she's going to be 24 and she's now a teacher teaching middle school, and Maddie is in her first year at UMB. So it's yeah, I don't know. You blink and your kids are
Hmm.
all grown up, and but life is good. Tammy's good. Everybody's
Yeah,
good. I guess
yeah.
I'm the only deadbeat of the bunch, not working right now.
Not okay. Well, I know. Well, let's just jump into the radio aspect of it. You,
Yeah.
from what I understand, the last time, and this was just through messages back and forth, after 3 decades in radio,
Hmm.
you decided to step away, yes?
I did, and Yeah, I did. It, I don't know. I guess, and everyone has asked me, you know, why? Why would you do that? Because I mean, I'm 51. It's not like I can actually really retire. I mean, I still need income, but I guess I thought, you know, 30 years is a milestone, and not that I dislike radio. I mean, but it just isn't the same. It's just not. It's not going in a way that I like, and it's not what it is when you and I got into it, and why we got into it. In my opinion, I mean, a lot of people would disagree with me on that, but I got into it because it was live, it was local, it was all
Mm.
about our community. It just doesn't seem to be that anymore,
Hmm.
and I guess for me, it was just time to be done.
Hmm. Did you feel that did you accomplish everything that you set out to? And the second part of that is when you first started out, did you, in your wildest dreams, things that you would do 30 years at one particular thing?
Good Lord, I didn't know if I'd live 30 years. Think back to some of our early days in radio. It really is a miracle that either of us are still here, to be quite honest. But that's another story and another whole show.
Oh
Um,
my goodness. Yes, yes.
but you know what? I think I did. I successfully avoided ever being in radio sales, which was good. I never ever wanted to do sales, and I didn't. Um, I never ever wanted to be a program director either, but the last 3 years of my career, I was, and I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that I actually had a chance to do that. Um, I successfully stayed on the air for 30 years. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with any of that. So I guess I did accomplish everything. Um, and no, I didn't think I'd ever be on the air that long or stay in the business that long.
Okay. One final thing on radio. Was it ever explained to you their method of letting people go? Like you could put a song on, go to the bathroom and come back and the door's locked and you're done. Like that just seems like such an improper way of someone go. Like, did you ever get an explanation? Because I was let go as well, just
You
not
say
under
that.
those circumstances.
I was gonna say you say that like you know from experience that you put a song on and come back and was locked out. Close, close, but not quite, right? Close.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
you know what? There's no rhyme or reason to it, man. I guess it is what it is. I was let go. How many times? Let me think. One, two. Well, I was let go twice. I got let go twice.
Okay.
So I mean, you haven't worked in the business unless you've been let go at least once,
Yes, yes.
right? I mean,
Oh,
real.
that's good
I
comedy.
mean, so I bet at least this time for me, it was my choice. So
Yes.
that's much better.
Left on your own terms. Producer.
I did.
Uh, okay, good,
Yeah.
good. That's good. The producing that you mentioned, does that have anything to do with your involvement in the band Middle of June? And where did that come from? Like, tell me about this Middle of June, because I don't know anything about it.
Well, the Middle of June thing is a new band. It's a group of guys that I'm playing with now, and it's these guys are predominantly bluegrass players. They played bluegrass most of their musical career, but we're playing country and we're playing some classic rock, and we're kind of infusing some of the bluegrass into it. And Middle of June is a song that the guy that sings it, and he plays acoustic and plays banjo in our band. His name's Calvin DeLevy, who's actually originally from Plaster Rock, New Denmark. Calvin used to have a studio up in New Denmark. He wrote a song called Middle of June, and we just kind of took the band name from that. Um, we've kind of just been like getting together, rehearsing over COVID through the pandemic, and now we're at a point where we're starting to gig a little bit. We
Hmm.
put some demos out, but production-wise, I've had the chance over the years to uh, produce and co-produce and play on several musical projects in the studio. And I think it's just like it's almost like a natural extension from radio. I mean, when you're a radio guy, you produce stuff every day, commercials, bits for your show, whatever. Me being a musician as well, it just seemed natural for me to get into the production side of it, and I really like it. But Middle of June it's a cool new act. We're playing predominantly 80s and 90s country, a little bit of bluegrass. It's very rare to go out and see a band nowadays, a country band that has a real banjo player.
Mm.
You know, and the guys sing very well. They don't let me sing, which is the smartest thing ever. No.
More ticket sales.
Yeah, much more for sure. So yeah, we're having fun getting together. We're doing, we're doing a lot of stuff that, a lot of the tunes we're playing. I played them back when they were actual hits in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your time behind the drum kit. Just a few things, and these are just things that you put up on Facebook. What is it about the venue at Crab Mountain that is such a big draw, and it seems to go year round? Like, what's the draw about Crab Mountain as a drummer and as someone who's going there to enjoy the music?
Okay, so first and foremost for me, it's home. I mean, I grew up in Lower Haynesville. I grew up, 5 miles from Crab Mountain. Where everyone is playing, and you're seeing us play, is a place called the Crab Mountain Inn, which is about 3 miles from the actual ski hill. Nice little inn, pub, restaurant. They have 13 rooms. And all through this pandemic, the folks that own it, John and Angela Whitlock, wonderful people who have got this thing going. They have supported live local music all through the pandemic. It's really been the only place that you could go and actually see some live music. They fought through all of the protocols and did everything they could to keep the place going. And it's thriving. It really is. It's a small room. It'll hold about 75, 80 people, in that range. But they bring acts in, everything from, acoustic duos to acoustic single, guitar players to full bands, and all different genres. And it's just a nice, cozy room. And it's a fun place to play.
Cool. The gear that you use, just a couple more things, Richard, because I know it's nappy nap time for the both of us. But before I forget,
No.
But before I forget, I have to mention the one of my most favorite summers was, I don't know if it was 90, 94, 95, 96, when you and I were working together at the radio station. That summer where we smoked stogies when we'd go to have a steak and stein Friday nights. And there was the other thing that made me, I was thinking about this earlier today, the other thing that made me laugh was there was one morning we were doing mornings, and I was talking about an episode from Seinfeld. This is how far back we're going, because it was like current episodes of Seinfeld. And we got talking about the word jackass. Do you remember that? And I certainly remember it, because that's all that was said at supper when we went out that Friday night. Everyone was just walking around smoking a stogie, calling everyone a jackass. But I just had to bring that up. The tech. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah. If you could have hid behind your microphone, you would have. That was funny. Cymbals. Sabian cymbals. Have you been one of the lucky drummers who've had the opportunity to go through the factory in Meductic? And what's it like? Because I've never been there.
Oh, you've never been? Really?
No.
Wow. Yeah, I have. I've played Sabian for a long time. I have a lot of friends and band members who've worked there. I've been to the factory a lot. It's pretty cool. They have a place called the Vault, which is where all the finished product goes and is put on shelves, and it's like it's like walking into the way I can describe it is if you were walking into a bank vault full of gold bars. You know, a drummer walks into the Sabian vault and it's like you can hear the angels sing. You know, it's like, ah! I don't know. This is why I don't sing. This is why they don't give me a microphone to sing. But yeah, it's just a great spot, and I spent a lot of years playing Sabian cymbals, you know, and I guess most of the people that I knew all those years, a lot of them have retired now and aren't working there anymore, but I still have some friends there, and it's a pretty cool spot. They'll give you a tour. Just pop in and get a tour.
Yeah, the next time I go through, I will. Under what circumstances, just a couple more things, under what circumstances would anyone call you by your full name? Richard Paul Jones. Under what circumstances would someone?
Probably only my mother. And if I was really in trouble. I'm named after my grandfather, Paul, my dad's father. So yeah, you know what? No, most people would have no clue what the P stands for, or have ever heard my middle name ever.
Oh.
The only reason it's on my Facebook is because I got hacked a little while ago and I had to change my.
You're gonna have to change it again. Since I just told everyone what it was.
So, there it is, right? So no, it's yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anyone has ever called me that.
Well, you did mention your mother. You said that would be the most likely candidate.
Yeah, she might. I don't know. Yeah, she doesn't get mad at me anymore.
Well, that's good. That's good. Final thing. I'll make this the final thing. I'm going to read something to you. This is actual factual stuff, but I want you to end it. I want you to end it with a game show sound effect. Okay. So a sound effect that's either like, hey, you won the prize, or the sound effect of that's really, you didn't win. So I'm going to read this to you. Well, at Cole's notes, I'm doing security at one government place, which is the working home of the Nova Scotia Premier. The House goes back in session on Thursday at 1 o'clock. It's the first session of the 64th General Assembly. In other government news, Trudeau in power till 2025. Yes. And the look of horror on your face. Yeah, for sure.
That kind of sounded like a donkey more than anything, didn't it? I don't know.
Well, either or. It works. It just works. General. Oh, that's fun. Listen, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. This is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to touch base with you and just continue what I'm doing here. So I appreciate you staying up late for me. And this is a good laugh. Laughter is good. This is good.
It's late. What time is it? It's like 9:15. Good Lord, man. Like, we need to. You know what? We need to get another radio show. That's what we need.
We should maybe do a podcast.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Because, I mean, well, I mean, think about it. We could do a Zoom like privately with a guest or whatever, and then you're just uploading an MP3, because a podcast, technically, it's just audio. This is not considered a podcast. This is like a vlog or whatever. This is live. But a podcast, by definition, is just audio. But yeah, that's something.
We could.
There's just, even if we did it like once a month or something.
And you know what? We wouldn't even have to do it like early ever, like early in the day. Because I
Yeah.
know your track record with early in the day. Your track record with early in the day is not very good. I mean, really, let's be honest.
It wasn't good
It really
back in the
sucks.
day. Oh my goodness. I'm a morning person. I'm a morning person. Sometimes my night led into
You
morning,
are
but
not. What are you
oh,
talking
I
about?
am now.
You're not a morning.
Well, yeah.
Jesus.
Back in the day, not so much. Not so much.
Yeah.
Listen,
Back in the
Richard.
day. You know what? We need to talk podcast. We'll talk.
Yes, we will. We will. We will. Okay. I guess I'm the only one that's tired. So Rich is going to stay up and binge watch something on Netflix probably.
You
Uh,
probably.
listen, be well. Tell everyone I said hi. The next time I'm cruising up through
Yeah.
that part of Canada, because I can do it in a vehicle now, we'll hook up. But yes, let's think podcast. Let's
Yeah,
think
we will, man.
podcast. All right. Thanks, Richard.
Do it.
Okay.
See
Bye.
you, man.
You can let yourself out.
Bye. I'm gone.
Oh, can you imagine? That's funny. That's funny. Oh, I love live. I love live. I love, I love lamp. I love lamp. Okay. That's going to do it for me. That's too much fun. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. That was a good day. That was fun. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Tomorrow night, brand new Facebook Live with Matthew, 9 o'clock. I'll be speaking with comic writer, screen and television writer, Peter Bro. Facebook Live tomorrow night with Matthew right here. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow night.